Hey, what's up guys? Jay here, and today I'm bringing you a kettlebell only full body workout. So I did this workout yesterday, definitely not a soul crushing workout by design. I don't go into the gym every single time looking to completely annihilate myself. Sometimes I just wanna go into the gym, get a good workout in, get the heart rate up, get a good pump, build some strength, and have some extra in the tank. So we don't always want to completely deplete ourselves because that's just going to lead to overtraining and it's going to lead to a lot of injuries down the road. So with this workout, I performed all sets and reps of one exercise before moving on to the next exercise. And I went as heavy as I possibly could while maintaining excellent technique. If you guys want to make this workout more challenging and more soul crushing, you can certainly feel free to do that by making this a circuit where you're performing all exercises one after the other, lifting as heavy as you possibly can, and then taking your rest once you've completed all of the exercises. So without further ado, let's get ready to put in some work, grab your kettlebells, and let's go. All right guys, starting off the workout with a kettlebell single arm suitcase carry. We're doing 3 sets, 45 seconds per arm. As soon as you finish each arm, you'll then rest 90 seconds. We're going as heavy as you possibly can while maintaining excellent technique. So you should be fighting to maintain good technique and good alignment the entire 45 seconds on each side. So we're focusing on anti-lateral flexion with this exercise. So holding the kettlebell off to the side of the body is going to want to pull the body towards that side that we're holding the kettlebell. So it forces predominantly the opposite side of the core to really engage and lock in to maintain an upright posture throughout. Keys with this exercise: chest up nice and tall, shoulders pulled down and back. Also notice the kettlebell is off to the side of the body. Do not let the kettlebell rest on your leg at any point in time. The further we hold that bell out to the side of the body, the more challenging this exercise is going to be. Also, I want you guys focusing on a nice heel to toe walk going forwards. So don't rush this. Nice and controlled going forwards, keeping good posture. Then obviously nice and controlled going backwards as well. So going backwards is going to offer just another level of instability and just offers another challenge to this already challenging exercise. Exercise number 2, we have a full body movement that's going to build strength, power, muscle, and balance and stability in the kickstand single arm clean and press. We're doing 6 reps per arm. As soon as you finish, you'll then rest 2 minutes. We're doing 3 total sets. All right, talking about the kickstand setup, so the back foot up on the toes, so we have less contact with the floor, making this more challenging. Those toes are gonna be pretty much in line with the heel of the front foot. It's important to be explosive off of the floor, so aggressive hip extension, keeping the kettlebell nice and tight to the body, so we're pulling and shrugging, and then smoothly rotating that bell around the wrist. We slowed it down there so you guys can see the trajectory of the bell. The bottom of that bell never points towards the ceiling. It never slams on the wrist. Smooth rotation around the wrist. Once you get to the top of that clean, you're gonna pause for a second, brace your core, really lock the body in because it can get really challenging on the core and just the entire body to stabilize through the press, especially when we're lifting really heavy with this exercise. So really focus, nice controlled tempos, be explosive with the clean, but then slow and controlled with that press overhead. Exercise number 3, we target the back and biceps with the kettlebell single arm gorilla row. We're doing 3 sets, 10 reps per arm, alternating arms. You'll rest 90 to 120 seconds in between sets. As always, you are lifting as heavy as you possibly can while maintaining excellent technique on every single set. We're pretty much going to be in a sumo stance, so pretty wide stance, angling those toes out. We're then going to hinge at the hips. So it's a hip hinge. We hinge at the hips, create a nice flat back, then grab our bells. Then I want you to set your back. So lats pulled down and back, so nice flat back, nice neutral spine. So straight all the way from my neck all the way down to the base of my spine. Notice the slight rotation on each row. So I'm slightly turning in to get a little bit more range of motion to get a better lat contraction. Exercise number 4, we target the quads, glutes, and core with the kettlebell front lunge pass through. We're doing 8 reps per side, alternating sides, 3 total sets. 90 to 120 seconds rest in between sets. How we grip the kettlebell is very important with this exercise. So notice how I'm gripping it all the way to one end. This is going to allow us to safely pass the bell underneath the legs and actually grab it with the other hand. Make sure you're taking a big step forward into that lunge. Lower down slowly and with control to pass that kettlebell through. You guys are going to see, once you start doing this movement, that shifting that weight, passing that kettlebell through is going to make this a very unstable exercise. So it forces not only the lower body to stabilize, but also the core. You guys can see my core working a ton with this movement. And lastly, make sure to drive your knees outward. As you lower down into the lunge, drive your knees out. And as you come back up out of the bottom of the lunge, really drive your knees out to protect those knees. Also, be explosive out of the bottom of that lunge because we're creating somewhat of a pause. We're creating more time under tension in that pass through. It's going to get harder and harder the heavier we go to get up out of that lunge. So think about being explosive out of the bottom. Next up, we target the chest, triceps, anterior delts, and core with the kettlebell hollow body floor press. We're doing 3 sets, 10 reps, resting 90 to 120 seconds in between sets. Key technique points with the hollow body press. First and foremost, the lower back needs to stay pinned to the ground throughout the entire movement and every single rep. Lower back pinned. I want tension in the lower body. So feet are together, toes are pointed away from you, quads are flexed. So the lower body's tight and engaged. My upper back is slightly off the ground. So we're creating that hollowed out position, slightly off the ground. Neck is kind of pinned or tucked in towards the chest. We then press up off the floor. So we're pressing up just like all of our horizontal pressing, all of our bench pressing. We're pressing up off the floor. Elbows are roughly at a 45-degree angle. Squeezing the chest at the top of the rep, lowering slowly and back down with control, resting the triceps on the ground, but we're not losing tension. So we're still keeping tension in the chest, tris, and shoulders in the bottom. We're pausing for a second or two and then explosively pressing back up and off the floor. If you guys need to modify the hollow body position, simply bend your knees. So the closer you bring your knees in towards your chest, the easier the exercise is going to be. So find a level of bend that allows for you to maintain excellent technique throughout. And we finish off the workout predominantly targeting the quads with a little bit of core in the heel elevated goblet squat with the pause. 3 sets, 12 total reps, resting 90 seconds in between sets. There's 2 factors here that make this a more quad focused exercise. Number 1, just holding the goblet position, holding that bell in front of the body. It's going to put more focus on the quads. Also by elevating the heels. When we elevate the heels, it takes a lot of the stretch off of the glutes because it allows us to keep a more upright torso as we go through the full range of motion, and allows us to push our knees forward, which puts more stretch on the quads. As always, we're focusing on slow, controlled tempos. I really want you guys to own that pause in the bottom, keeping tension in your quads. Don't just relax in the bottom in that pause. Keep tension, really actively squeeze and flex your quads in the bottom. As you drive up to stand tall, I want you guys to flex your quads at the top, then lower right back down into your next rep. So get after this workout. Let me know how you guys did in the comments. If you guys want more workouts like this one, more structured, detailed, comprehensive training programs, tap the link in my bio, sign up for a 7-day free trial on my training app. Until the next workout, talk to you guys soon.